settle for boring. Where you can feast with the nectar of the gods. You'll always have a seat at Norse Hall.
I knew there was a glitch. There we go. Welcome everybody to Top Dog Coverage, where you can find some of the best news, notes, games, commentators,
hot takes.
Not some of the best technology goers over here, because obviously we can't get that rocking and rolling.
Not quite.
No, not quite, but we're working on it. We're only on like episode 50 something. I don't know.
50 billion.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But C-Dub, how you doing?
Fantastic, man. We got college football, week 1 in the books. Got a couple games today, but it's been great. Ball is back.
I watched a couple last night. It's Alabama taking the L to Florida State.
Some
what
crazy
a wild
upsets.
Ride. Yeah, man. So if you haven't already, please follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. If you're listening on Spotify, or what's the other one? iTunes.
Apple Podcasts.
Yep. Swipe up. Leave us a comment. Give us some stars. Let us know that you are listening. All right. We don't care if it's a bad take. We don't care if it's you don't like our take. Let us know. It's okay. We're getting plenty of those anyway. So but got a little tropical action today.
There we go.
By Celsius. So
not sponsor of the show.
Non-sponsor of the show. Look at that. So subliminally just chilling in the corner. You're welcome, Celsius. You're welcome. Okay. Let me tell you something. I hit the golf links yesterday, my friend.
Ooh.
Yep. Guess who did really good?
Not you.
Nope. My partner did.
Yeah. You did not drink your Celsius yesterday.
I did. No, I did. That's probably why my ADHD was not focusing on the ball and everything else.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, a bird.
Dang.
But, yeah. Hey, 1 over. We're good. We're okay. I had some good shots. I had some better putts. Yeah. But speaking of good shots, half of the news, baby. Let's speak about a little bit of news. Let's take a shot at the Dallas Cowboys again. What do you say?
Sounds good to me. What you got?
All right. So the Cowboys have agreed to a 4-year extension with cornerback Deron Bland. Ian Rappaport adds the deal is worth $92 million and includes $50 million guarantee, and the Cowboys have since announced the extension. We heard back in April that Dallas was eyeing a long-term deal for Bland, tight end Jake Ferguson, left guard Tyler Smith, and kicker Brandon Aubrey. Now, a little over a month after extending Ferguson, Bland is on the books for the foreseen future. Of course, the situation involving former Cowboys edge rusher and defender Micah Parsons has been one of the NFL's key storylines this season. Parsons, a premier in his prime talent, has not originally viewed as a realistic trade candidate, but the relationship between the player and the team deteriorated in every public way. And Dallas recently dealt the 4-time Pro Bowler to the Packers for 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark, while the trade and circumstances that give rise to it have earned owner Jerry Jones a great deal of criticism. It did free up some funds to allocate elsewhere, which is this. And this is the dumbest thing ever. You paid everybody else, I'm going to keep saying it, except for the guy you needed to pay and you needed to keep.
I mean, in today's day and age where you're able to maneuver around the cap and do those type of things, do you think if they did sign Parsons that $47 million per year deal, that they would be able to keep some of these core guys that they want around their team?
I would say they've been really good at finding tight ends and creating tight ends that could, you could probably put Schoonmaker in there for Ferguson. I don't want to compare players and such because it's not like we've seen a ton of Schoonmaker or
he was a second round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, I'm not knocking Bland. You know what I mean? I'm not bland on Bland. Just saying. But I just figure if you want to keep your defense to where it is and you've been doing pretty good, yeah, you're going to pay Dak. You're going to keep Dak. You're going to pay Lamb. You're going to keep Lamb. I understand that. I'm going to question it. Did you really need to keep Ferguson?
I mean, yeah, Dak loves him. You keep him and CD, and you bring in Pickens on a 1-year rental and see what's up.
Would you rather a pass rusher or a corner like Bland?
Well, you have hopefully Trayvon Diggs coming back healthier this year, who I believe they also signed to a long-term extension a couple seasons ago, whatnot.
Yeah.
I think everything is predicated around the run game and play action off of that. So I get in theory what Jerry was trying to blow smoke up everyone, right? But the generational pass rush, those guys are so hard to find. And the whole goal of the NFL draft is to draft, develop, extend, win. Yeah. So I personally would have preferred to have the pass rusher. Now, I get it. There's going to be some people that said he had a poor attitude, blah, 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 all this stuff. I mean, he was shown sleeping on the trainer table at the Falcons-Cowboys preseason game, which that's obviously a bad look. But that's one of those, you have a conversation with the behind closed doors and you make it very, very clear, like, this is a national stage. That can never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But
what I would say, and not pushing back on you, but to people that did see that and that are concerned about that, remember Jerry Jones tried to have a quote unquote meeting.
Oh, absolutely.
Without his agent, and I'm not saying that that's condoned. It's not condoned, right? But on the other end, you can very easily see that nothing's getting done. If you like behind closed doors, if there was something that was getting done, he'd probably be up on his feet, like ready to go, ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not playing, but I'm here.
Yeah, I'm referring to the head coaching of that conversation, nothing to do with general manager, management, any of that stuff. But as the head football, you got
that leads up to that, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a bad situation, but Micah didn't make it any easier or any better by acting like that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like, shame on you, because you're trying to get this huge payday, become the highest paid player ever, or whatever. But like, that's not how you should act as a professional.
Yeah, I think also it got worse after Micah had done that. When you see Jerry Jones speaking about, and I know it seems like I'm attacking Jerry Jones. I agree with you with Micah Parsons. He shouldn't have been acting that way by any means. But I feel like not that Jerry Jones is in full blame, right? Because we don't know what, like you said, we don't know what happened behind closed doors. We know one side, the other side, and then there's a truth somewhere between that, right?
Yeah.
But watching that press conference, I just wasn't I wasn't impressed at all. I mean, like, I wasn't impressed at all. You're telling me that this had been happening for months, that you've been preparing for this kind of trade.
Yeah, it's all a
I
bunch of
don't believe.
BS. It's all a
Yeah,
bunch of BS, dude.
I don't believe that, because I'll keep going back to this because it keeps coming up too, and I've been saying it. If Jamal Adams went for a 2 firsts, 2/3, and a player, you're going to tell me Micah Parsons is. Everybody trades differently, so I'll
Yeah,
but
I think if it was truly happened earlier with the timeline that he gave, there
yeah.
would have been more teams that could have gotten involved and increased the price.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got so bad to the point where the Packers are the only suitor that only really knew and would try to stay aggressive with it, and that's why they got what they got.
And they don't keep everything close to the chest anyway. Okay, so it's like you're going to tell me that this is happening for months and no word got out that he was trade bait. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all.
Jerry loves the headlines.
He loves
being in the talk of the sports
world. And with that, you're going to tell me that those 2 first rounders, they could potentially get a Pro Bowl guy in here. You had him. You had him. That's what your last first round pick did. He's there. Yeah. He's in the palm of your hand. I think this puts a really bad stench on wanting to be drafted by Dallas right now. I mean, should we worry?
It's such a big brand. I don't know if that's going to necessarily. Yeah, it's a bad look, but I mean, this is the first time that it's happened since way back when, where you trade a player like this and it got this bad. I feel like they're valued at $13 billion. It's too big of a brand where players aren't going to want to be drafted by them.
I mean, if he's worth $13 billion, then what's the signing bonus that you're worried about giving him? If you don't want it to go against the cap,
you have to talk that up with Jerry. because you can do contracts to make them work. I mean, you look at the Saints for plenty of years; they've been able to maneuver around the cap to sign guys. It hasn't always worked out, but at the same time, I mean, the silver lining, I guess, is it frees up so you can do extension. You have Tyler Smith, the left guard, that's going to be coming up with a big time extension. I mean, arguably they have the best kicker in the league now, Brandon Aubrey, so he's going to need extension. It's kicker money, so it's a little bit different, but
yeah. Well, the news was brought to you by Norse-Hall.com. You guys want some hot sauce and some mead, MEAD, not need, with an N as in
need
Nicholas.
For mead.
Yep. And FGM Label. Go onto Instagram. Go look up FGM Label, First God Movement Label, for some tunes, for some music and backgrounds and all that, for anything that you need. But today, we are going to jump into, again, the Wheel of Destiny, slowly but surely, C-Dub.
Coming to the end.
It is. As
eight franchises left, my friend.
As one thing comes to an end, another must start, and that is the NFL season.
Yep.
And so let's just get into it.
4 days away, by the way.
Yeah. 4 days away. Wheel of Destiny, baby. All right. Let's see what the Wheel of Destiny has for us today. Whew. Not much. Not much left on here, C-Dub.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm going Bills.
You know what? I'm going Bills.
Oh, wow. So it's definitely not going to be the Bills.
It could be. It could be. Certainly could be.
This is going to be crazy. Okay.
Well, we're going to... All right.
Let her rip.
It's the Bills. It's gonna be the Bills.
The
Rival.
Bills' arch nemesis.
The Bills rival.
Wow, Kansas City. Shout out, Prof.
Kansas City off the board, and the AFC West is finished.
Wow.
KFC. KFC.
Oh,
All right.
man.
NFC.
I mean, it's only right that it be Philadelphia, right?
I'm going Bucks with this one.
I'm sticking to
going
Philly. I'm sticking Philly. I'm Super Bowl rematch.
Okay, I'm going Bucks.
Who Dat Nation?
Who that Nate? You know what? We've been trying to hold on for so long. If in case the audience hasn't noticed yet, okay, we've been trying to hold on for so long so that we could do the Jets and the Giants together, or
I mean,
the Jets and
Saints.
Jets and the Saints together.
I mean, we still could. We can override it. It's our show.
It is
If we
our
wanna
show,
do it.
so you know we're gonna override it. Okay, we're gonna override it. We've been trying to keep it a secret this whole time, so I'm gonna spin this wheel again.
Secrets out.
Yeah, and we're gonna take the San Francisco 49ers.
Super Bowl matchup, just not the same one that we
Nope.
referred to.
So
the dream is still, I guess, alive.
The NFC West, yeah, because we're the ones making
due
it
to
happen.
Overlord ruling.
Yeah.
You want to start with San Francisco? Or you want to start with KC?
Let's start with San Francisco. See what we got here.
San Fran.
Let me pull up my charts here. See what we got on them.
And they got Ricky Pearsall in the duets at receiver here.
There's nothing like DK Metcalf and the Minions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite the same caliber. But let's start with the offense because I think we could spend a lot of time on the defense. So the first thing that jumps out to me is what's going on with Juwan Jennings. Is the calf injury real?
I think personally, I don't think it is. I think he found. Claim. Yeah, I think as soon as they found out that he was the only guy kind of on the roster there, and the wide receiver
slander will not stand here.
This is the only thing I'm going to say. If there is anybody that stands next to the 49ers, get away from them. There is a sickness in the wide receiver locker room that is going out and spreading to every single wide receiver, okay? This is why Oakland moved to Las Vegas, okay? They knew this was coming. This is like the COVID of the wide receiver NFL, okay? So they moved from Oakland. They knew this was going to happen to Las Vegas. Look, Seattle, you're next. Watch out. Okay, you're the closest one there. You already have Cooper Kupp, so if he gets hurt, you'll know why. You're the closest one to them. Quentin Johnson can't really catch the ball, so that's a little fading on that side too. So,
whoa. Let's keep it with San Fran, man. No need slander these other franchises.
I'm just saying these wide receivers, they seem to have wide receiver problems as well. Okay, so
they only have 4 on the depth chart right now.
I know.
And 2 of them are injured. So, well, one's a fake injury, Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, another is a trade that brought in Sky Moore, which is I don't want to say a reach, but it's certainly, he didn't do anything there. Maybe a change of scenery.
But it might work for us.
It could. You know what? It could. Change of scenery can do players very good, you know? So,
yeah.
I think
he's only 24 years old, too, by the way.
He's very young. He's very young.
25 in September, and in about a week or so, but. Yeah, 24. You were part of that Andy Reid offense for so long. You got to play some. Didn't really pan out. Maybe the Shanahan tree can kind of unlock something with him.
Yeah, I think this could be a.
Come on, Kyle. Let's get Sky Moore going.
It would be great if he can get him rocking and rolling. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Look, their offense was ranked 4th overall. It seems like whatever they do over there, yes, it's usually based around the run, but Kyle seems to be knowing how to run that team, regardless of injuries. It's always the next man up. We're going to utilize people to their strengths, right? This is a huge opportunity for Ricky Pearsall to show what he is worth. He was a first rounder, okay, last year, and look, it's his time to shine. They said, he's already come back from a story of he shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I mean, it was talked about, but I don't think it really sunk in. Like, this young man was shot before the season started, and then worked his way back to get healthy enough to play an NFL game.
He got shot in the
That is
chest.
crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. He's not supposed to be here.
And now you have, they trade for Brian Robinson Jr., who was also shot his rookie year in the leg multiple times. So now you have two athletes that were shot respectively and then worked their way back to play at a high level in an NFL game. I don't know.
Look, they're getting their shot. They're getting their shot.
No, didn't land. Awful.
I think they each got 2 shots. All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Terrible.
All right, well, their defense was ranked 15th last year. Okay, that's the lowest thing that they were ranked in, and usually that's their bread and butter. But since they lost Robert Saleh, that's when it kind of went downhill. So their offense has still maintained where they've been this entire time. So
Shanahan magic.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, I mean, dude, look at this offensive line. Everybody. There's nobody lower than 35th in their ranked positions. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, Trent Williams, he dealt with a lot of injuries last year, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So getting him back fully healthy, I mean, he's just such a stud. He's quite a lot older player at this point in his career, but he is still elite at the left tackle position.
I mean, that's the whole thing. This thing is based on their offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do look at Williams, Barch, Brendel, Pooney, McKivitz, this is a solid offensive line. This is a very solid offensive line. I know that they have Colby Connor, might be working in there a little bit just because of injury and such like that, but he's a solid 6'6", 310, 7th rounder. So, but for some odd,
yeah, it was an Iowa product.
But they always seem to make it work, even if somebody's not good on the offensive line. Hey, he's not really good at this, so hey, let's run it to the left side or something like that, or the right side, or let's stage it this way, or get him some help with Kittle blocking. Kittle is a excellent blocker as a tight end too.
Yeah, I mean they just get some really big athletic guys that have great feet, and they run that wide zone scheme where it can open up a lot of rushing lanes, and you get a great talent like Christian McCaffrey back there. It opens up so much for the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's look, they did they got what was it, James Jordan or Jordan James, always do that. Jordan James in there with their 5th round pick in running back position, but they already got, like you said, McCaffrey, Robinson, Grendo, and now they have James back there, right? But what they mainly did, and this is going to be my segue, is use 6 other picks on their defense, knowing that Saleh came back.
Well, and they also had a lot of guys leave as well.
They did. So you have Bosa still there. You know what I mean? Fred Warner still there. And they went in and they got a lot of draft picks, a lot of big-bodied draft picks, dude. You got Mikael Williams out of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went after some deep dudes here. You went at Alfred Collins, Nick Martin.
Big boy out of Texas.
CJ West. These are big dudes. These are huge, huge dudes.
I was a big Collins fan last year.
I'm telling you right now, I'm still holding by it. I think the Niners take this division, and I think their defense comes back to a caliber championship defense. That's what I think. And they let's not forget about this either, okay? They traded for Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff in this defense went on the Jets, was getting sacks, dude. He was attacking. He was looking.
He's getting really good pressure.
He was looking like Micah Parsons for a little bit. Not that high caliber, but very close to. Okay. He was disruptive. The Eagles gave him a payday. It didn't work out. Look, they traded for him over in San Francisco. They're going to use him exactly for that. That's what they're going to use him for, to put pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And if he already knows the system, not only just him, okay, Nick Bosa still knows that system. Fred Warner still knows that system. They got Jason Pinnock from the Giants over there, who was a really good, strong safety, by the way.
Mm-hmm. He played well.
Yeah. And you have these other dudes that understand the system. I think it's going to click faster, in my opinion. I think it's going to click faster than people think. And people are going to be like, where the hell did they come from? Where was this defense? It was in New York. He got fired. Now it's coming back, And not for nothing, I think that they can make a run with this. I really do.
Yeah, I think one thing just to kind of reiterate or focus on is Dre Greenlaw is now in Denver with the Broncos. So Fred Warner's new running mate, D. Winters, was a 6th-round pick in 2023 out of TCU, who was a really great athlete. He can really fly around. So I think they'll complement each other very well, him and Warner. So great linebacking duo right there. And like you said, the main thing that they did with this defense, add more pass rush ability, but also add some big body defensive tackles to be able to plug up the gaps. Right?
Dude, 6'1", 316 from Indiana. That's 6'6", 332 pounds from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
6'5", 267 coming off the edge. Like this, Nick Martin. He's not even big, but he's a great linebacker from Oklahoma State. You know what I mean? 221, about 6 foot. You know what I mean? Like, and you're going to be sitting behind D. Winters and Fred Warner. Give it to me all day, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like what they did here.
Yeah, and then their nickelback Upton Stout, who they took in the 3rd round. He's a little bit smaller, but he's a feisty.
Yeah.
Corner.
That's a great word.
So I think he's going to do great in that system. And it's a good. You had a lot of athleticism and a lot of youth to this defense, which I think is needed.
Yeah.
But I mean, this team's gone through a lot of tough matchups here over the last few years, with losing the Super Bowl a handful of times, the whole Christian McCaffrey fiasco last year, right? And then now you paid Brock Purdy. So how much of this team can they keep together? How much? I mean, when was the last time Shanahan paid like a high-level quarterback in his system?
I don't think he has.
Was it Jimmy G? I guess was technically the last, big deal because they traded for him and they paid him, right?
I thought Vegas paid him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he signed after he left San Francisco, but San Francisco traded with the Patriots to get him over, right? I think.
Yeah.
And then I think they gave him a payday there. But I mean, it's going to be really fascinating to see how they continue to build around Brock Purdy, and especially with this receiving core dropping like flies. So it's going to be a lot of Kittle and McCaffrey to start the season.
Not to mention they have the top 3 easiest defensive schedule for the 49ers, and I think top 5 easiest of the season, just in general.
Yeah.
So it's all right, so let me take a look here. 5-year deal, 137 mil, 2018, 2022.
Yeah.
Average salary was 27.5.
Crazy.
Then 2022, 1 year, $7 million. Then 3-year deal, $72 million for the Raiders. And then 1 year, $3 million.
The Rams.
That's where he's at now. So yeah, yep. They gave him a big deal, and didn't pan out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Purdy's perfect for the system. I like a lot of what he brings. I think he's really athletic. I feel like that maybe that's kind of doesn't get talked about enough is his athleticism at the quarterback position. But I think he's a really good processor, and he gets the ball out quick, and he knows where to go with it. So
Yeah. All right. So you want to take?
I'm a Purdy believer.
You're a Purdy believer.
Yeah.
Do you think their record will be pretty good?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Go off vibes.
All right. So you are the vibe guy. Let me tell you.
All right.
All right.
So the 2025 San Francisco 49ers, you have week 1. You have a whole new offense coming over there in Seattle. We saw what Clint Kubiak did with the Saints to start the season last year. I don't think it's going to be the same story. Give me the Niners on the road. Week 2, you have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the New Orleans Saints at the Caesars Superdome week 2. I think the Niners are going to be a much better team, so go and give me the Niners. Week 3, you have the Arizona Cardinals visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I like a lot of what Arizona's done. I think Kyler's fully healthy for the first time in a long time, so I think they are going to get the win here. Give me the Cardinals. Week 4, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I think Liam Cohen's going to do a great job with that offense. I think Trevor Lawrence has had a great year, but I think San Francisco still takes the win here, so go and give me the Niners at home. Week 5, this is going to be one of those – this is going to be the matchups that kind of solidifies that division. I think Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan are 2 of the best coaches in the league. I think Sean McVay is going to take this one at home, so go on and give me the Rams. Week 6, you have the Niners visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both these franchises, I like their quarterbacks. I like what they bring to the table. So going to give me the Bucs at home. I think they'll be able to squeak it out there. Week 7, you have the Atlanta Falcons visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I think that defense might be a little too much for Michael Penix, so going to give you the Niners at home. Week 8, you have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Houston Texans. I think Stroud and company will have a bounce-back year. So going to give me the Texans at home. Week 9, Giants have a really good defense. You have the Niners visiting them in New York. That offense, I don't know what it's going to be with Russell Wilson. I know they have mid-league neighbors, decent running game, but going to give me the Niners on the road. Week 10, you have the Rams visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Again, I think this is going to be one of those games that are going to kind of decide the division. I think they're going to split it, so give me the Niners at home. Then you have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Arizona Cardinals. This is where I think the Niners get their revenge on Kyler from their early Week 3 loss, so go on to give me the Niners. Week 12, you have the Panthers visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I think Bryce Young and company are going to be improved. I think they're going to be better, but I don't think they'll be well enough to pull off the upset, so go on and give me the Niners at home. Week 13, you have the Niners visiting the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns are not going to be in a good position here. I don't know if they've moved on from Joe Flacco at this point, so going to give you the Niners on the road. Week 14, you have a bye week. Week 15, you have the Titans visiting San Francisco 49ers. At this point of the season, I think Cam Ward is going to be hitting his stride and feeling a lot more comfortable, so go and give me Titans with the upset. Week 15. Week 16, you have the Niners visiting the Indianapolis Colts. The Daniel Jones experiment, I don't feel like is going to go very well at all. So I'm going to give you the Niners on the road. Week 17, you have the Bears visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I think this is going to be kind of one of those weird games, but I think Chicago will be able to pull it out. So I'm going to give me Chicago and Caleb on the road. And then week 18, you have the Seahawks visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I think this could be one of those, winning in potentially for the division or potentially just for playoff seeding. I think the Niners will beat them. I think they'll take the win at home. And you have the Niners finishing with a 11-6 record.
You're gonna piss off a lot of Seahawks fans with that one, my friend.
That's what we're good at. It's our
Yeah,
specialty.
apparently that's exactly what we're good at. Okay.
Any surprise picks there? Anything that you felt differently on?
Just kind of taking a gander at it. Surprise, no. Depending on the week 17, I could see them taking that loss to week 17. Not really. Maybe. I mean, you split it with the Arizona Cardinals. I could see that.
I thought you would give me flack for the Titans win.
I'm trying to see.
No, I like Cam Ward.
No, it's everything doesn't go based upon whatever. I mean, what if he's having a good year? You know what I mean? What if nobody expects Cam Ward to be doing great, or what if they're already out of the playoffs? Dude, sling it. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you throw something at them. You got to throw some of these weird games in because otherwise, you know,
it's the NFL. That's what
it is. And you know what? I will continue to make this point to people, everybody that leaves us comments. It's fine, it's okay, it's cool, but I'm going to continue to give you guys the example. The Jets beat the Bengals when the Bengals were almost unstoppable and went to the Super Bowl. Okay? The Jets. I think they had 4 wins that season.
Yeah, and then didn't the Jets also take the Chiefs to the ropes with Zach Wilson?
Can we stop thinking that everything is an automatic win? They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Enough with the trash takes, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Zero ball knowledge.
We're just trying to be a little realistic of like weird things happening.
Crazy stuff happens each week. I mean, we went on a generational run of Will Levis pictures and memes. That was great times.
It was. It really was.
He had the Surrender Cobra and all those different crazy poses and everything. It was incredible.
It was.
What a beautiful time.
Indeed.
All right. We're going to the chefs?
The chefs.
Yeah.
Shout
out Rob. The biggest Chefs fan I know.
Biggest Chefs fan I know.
Quiet.
It's good.
Yeah. Shout out Alexis. She's a really big Kansas City fan too. So
shout outs. Gotta love it. As far as like who's gaining what position and everything, I think everything is still pretty solidified in everything, but there were some really, really good additions. Like Jalen Royals in the 4th round, and they solidified a left tackle position with Josh Simmons. So, sorry.
Is this offensive line improved enough in your book to get them back to where they want to be, to where they're not embarrassed again?
To where they're, would you say to where they're not embarrassed?
Yeah, they got embarrassed in that Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl they did, but they made it all the way to there. Look, their offense was mid-range last year, okay? Yeah. And I understand that. Their defense kept them in a lot of games, understandable, right? But it's not like Humphrey doesn't do his job as a center. He is the number 1 ranked center in the league.
He's elite stud at the center position.
You know, and you have Trey Smith over there. You know what I mean? And
big contract extension for him as well.
So, yes, they lost some. You know, it's not really looking good on that left side and everything. And Simmons is Josh Simmons is a question mark so far to see how he does. You know what I mean? You have a expectation, understandable. And so, I can never say this dude's name. Kingsley, my man Kingsley.
Yeah.
Okay, look, he's a round 2 kind of guy. Okay, drafted last year, and he's got to step it up this year, right?
I think they took him as a tackle, and now they shifted him into guard.
I think they know exactly what they want to do here, and Juwan Taylor has taken a significant down step from last year, but look, they know what they want to do. I have all the faith in the world in Andy Reid. because he continues to do it. Okay, so I'm not as worried about a lot of people with this offensive line because they drafted a first rounder, 2 second rounders. You know what I mean? Like they understand that that's
Yeah.
what they want to do. They want to make sure that that is the stronghold. So
And Josh Jacobs was really good at Ohio State. I think wasn't he a guard that shifted to tackle
I
due to
believe he was.
injuries, and
I
then he
believe he
went on a
was.
great run. I mean, he looked great during the college football playoff. Like, I think he's a
And
good player.
and if you look, you know, like I'll say, come on, where you at? There you go. Okay. And if you look at this, you still have, you know, Hollywood Brown's coming back. Okay. Xavier Worthy, awesome. Juju Smith-Schuster, cool, right? But you have Tyquan Thornton that's over there. You have a lot of fast dudes, right? Rashi Rice is going to be suspended. We get that. But what's going to happen when he comes back? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be, what, 7-8 weeks about?
Maybe
To get
he's 6 games. Yeah, he'll be back
6
week
games,
7.
I think. Does that include the bye?
No, they're bye weeks later in the season.
Okay. So, look, when he comes back, you're talking about fresh legs, dude.
Yeah, hopefully he's fully healthy by then. He did have the knee injury last year.
Yep.
But I think one guy that I don't think gets talked about enough, just because he had a missed season last year, was Hollywood Brown. He had that really bad shoulder injury last year, didn't get to play much. But I think he could be an X factor in this offense. I think he could. I think he'll get a pretty good target share in the first few weeks of the season, because I think now that he's fully healthy, he's got a really good skill set, and I'm excited to see what he can do in the Andy Reid offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you still have, you know, Travis Kelce. You still have Noah Gray right behind him, right? And people, I don't think people understand that they scheme these guys open. Not so much Kelce. Kelce can just kind of sit in that little pocket, get the 10 yards, keep it moving, right? Like he's great for that.
He's got a really great feel with Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely. Their chemistry is beyond everything. But Noah Gray, they scheme him down that sideline. You know what I mean? They do some wheel routes with him. They do a bunch of different things with him, and I think it's pretty genius how they do it. But you have Isaiah Pacheco coming back healthy this year. Okay, he's coming back very healthy this year, along with Kareem Hunt. And I get it. Kareem Hunt is not the sexiest name because guess what? The Chiefs can let him go, and nobody's going to pick him up. Well, guess what? They're going to pick him back up for cheap price, and he knows the system very well, and he thrives in it. So regardless if he's good in the NFL or not, he's good on this team. So you have multiple running backs that are really, really good. You have Elijah Mitchell that you signed from San Francisco, and then you have your newly 7th round pass catcher from SMU, Rashard Smith, who you've been raving about since day one. And you know what? I think he's gonna get some touches this year.
Yeah, I'm really liking the SMU to Kansas City pipeline here. They took Rashee Rice. You got Rashard Smith now. Like, loving it. Two explosive playmakers that you want to scheme these guys up, get the ball in their hands. Rashard Smith is a converted receiver, so he played receiver. I think it was at Miami, and then when he transferred to SMU, they converted him to running back. So, just a playmaker.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to go over to their defense, they made a lot of great choices in the draft. You know, a 2nd round, 2/3, and a 5th. On the depth chart end, you know, they traded for Derek Nottie from the Jets, and they have they made Carl Loftus. They paid him. They still have Chris Jones, so they're gonna get. You know, you still have Leo Chanel and Nick Bolton. You're gonna get this team back that was ranked very, very highly last year, with 2nd overall on defense.
Yeah,
like their defense held down a lot of spots last year. So
I'm kind of like what. Also, with their pass rush, they lost Felix Anudike Uzoma for the season. Their pass rusher they took in the 1st round a couple years ago. I was really excited to see kind of his development and his growth. So it's kind of disappointing. But you still have Mike Dana starting there. But I wonder how quickly Ashton Gelati can learn Spags defense and become a healthy part of the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. You have just on that right side over there. You have McDuffie in the back corner. You have You have Chris Jones, ranked like one of the top interior defensive, lines, or tackles, and then you have Chanel ranked, top 5 ish linebackers in the league.
Mhm.
Like you have a lot of great players and chess pieces on this defense to make another run of what you want accomplished. Even though it's a very, very difficult division.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they really utilized their resources well and focus on like positions that they needed to add some youth and some talent to. And are we making an argument that Spags should be one of the like elite defensive coordinators of all time?
Dude, he's come to Kansas City and he's made it. Yo,
It's good for him because when he was the Saints defense coordinator, they had I think the worst defense in NFL history. So I'm glad to see him having some success.
yeah. I just see there's so much talent here that can go forward. You got people that are healthy again. Isaiah Pacheco's healthy. Hollywood Brown is healthy. They got rid of Sky Moore. Okay. You got Smith Schuster. I get it. It's not sexy, but he's going to be in the slot there. You know what I mean? And you have Xavier Worthy, that is just a speedster. You know what I mean? And they even got Jalen Royals, who's 6 foot 195. Okay, like they're adding to their repertoire here.
Yeah. No, I
And
mean, where we can't talk about the Chiefs without mentioning Patrick Mahomes.
it's just kind of a gimme at this point.
Yeah, but is it? I feel like he's probably on that Brady hate level because all he does is go to Super Bowls and everything, but he hasn't been as explosive as an offense over the last couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people fade him in fantasy because he's not throwing bomb touchdowns. He's not throwing for 50 touchdowns a year and 5,000 yards or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense has definitely changed and molded around him and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like he's kind of, dare I say, a little underrated.
Yeah, they're for fantasy. Yeah, I would say he's not throwing of 51 touchdowns or 40 touchdowns anymore. They're winning games. You know what I mean? And they're winning games the way. Look, I'll say this again: Buffalo has taken a page from Kansas City and realized that. Yeah, I realize that they can win games without heaving it down there, without trying to find Stephon Diggs all the time. So what do? They got rid of Stephon Diggs, and now they have a bunch of number 2 receivers over there.
Yeah, I mean, but I still think they're extremely heavily reliant on Josh Allen and his legs too.
Yeah, I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes is a really good scrambler. The dude gets away from pressure and is really good at throwing the ball under pressure. Right,
his pocket awareness is uncanny.
Yeah, absolutely. So I never have anything bad to say about him. If the haters want to hate on Patrick Mahomes, that's fine because guess where he came from? A third-string quarterback at Texas Tech. Okay, I don't like. What's Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, he went to Texas Tech. He took Baker's job, I believe.
Yo, he was a third stringer. Okay,
everybody. Who are the people above him?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to find that out.
It's bold claims, Bear.
It is. Let's find this out. Let me find. When was he drafted again?
2017, I think. Yeah.
All right, let's check this out. The Raiders, huh?
Huh?
Texas Tech Raiders?
Yeah. The Red Raiders.
Red Raiders. Yeah, I'm interested to find this out here. Position. Okay. If you find it before me, just blurt it out.
So Davis Webb started over Patrick Mahomes during his freshman year.
There he is.
Do you know who Davis Webb is?
I do, actually. So this is the thing.
Yeah, he's
Webb
the
with two
Broncos
Bs.
quarterback coach.
Webb with 2 Bs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure. I watched the game I didn't watch it like in due time, right? But or like live, but I
Mhm.
watched the one quarterback go out, the second quarterback go out, and then I'm watching this kid just heave the ball, and I'm watching these wide receivers drop the ball, right?
Mhm.
Because I think they lost that game, I believe. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, "Yo, this quarterback, whoever this is, he's actually not heaving it bad. Like he's throwing it pretty good in inside spots that people can catch it, and only his wide receivers can catch the ball. I said it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all his receivers have to do is catch it. And sure shit, the dude takes his helmet off. It's Patrick Mahomes. So it's like he came from being third string. So instead of hating on the guy, can we have a little bit more respect for his name from coming from being a third stringer? Like
Yeah, but
to becoming a Super Bowl
he
champ.
wasn't third string. He was a backup to Davis Webb his freshman year.
Two quarterbacks got hurt in that game, and he was not the second quarterback in.
He entered his freshman season. That this based on what this is saying is he was the backup to Davis Webb his freshman season,
Okay.
and he's
What
got
was
his
the
first career action in Oklahoma State after Webb left the game for injury,
okay.
and then he remained.
What game was
Mahomes
that?
remained the starter for this season's final 3 games.
Okay.
It's 2014, so that was a while ago.
2014. I love it. All right.
Good times.
Oh, still have some respect on his name.
Absolutely.
I would say so. All right. So what we'll do is this. I'm going to go in here. We're going to bring it up, baby. Let's do it.
Prediction time?
Prediction time. Okay. All right. So we got the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to start off week 1 in Los Angeles. Okay. So week 1 in Los Angeles against the Chargers. I think there's a possibility that defense, both defenses are running hot. And I actually think Los Angeles Chargers are going to take week 1. So I'm going to take the Chargers week 1 at home. Week 2 is going to be the Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. Kansas City is going to go 0-2. Okay, they're going to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles again. And then week 3, they're going to go over to the New York Giants, and this is where they're going to reclaim. They're going to be taking a win in New York. Week 4, Kansas City Chiefs are actually going to be facing the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, at home. This could be tricky. It depends on this injury with Lamar Jackson. Okay, but they could be slinging it around. Give me a squeak by win at home, Kansas City. Okay, so a squeak by win there. Okay, week 5, Jacksonville Jaguars hosting Kansas City. I believe Kansas City gets it done. Give me a win there. Week 6, the Lions going to Kansas City. I just think the Lions have lost so many coaches and too many coaches, so where I think they won't be ready for this. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs, week 6. Week 7, the Raiders. I think this is going to be a little bit tougher than people think. I actually believe that the Raiders are going to give them a problem. And you know what? Give me the Raiders on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs with that fast-paced offense. Week 8, the Washington Commanders coming through to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that the Commanders are actually going to have to play back and forth and back and forth. I don't think they have the kind of defense, so give me the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 9, the Bills hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that the Bills are actually going to beat them at their home. So give me the Bills during the season at home. Okay. Week 11, the Broncos are going to be facing the Kansas City Chiefs at home. You know what? I think that the Broncos have everything that they possibly could want this season. Give me a win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs host the Colts I don't think the Colts are ready. I don't think they have a great team this year. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs go to Dallas. Dallas is hosting. I just think that Dallas is not going to have that kind of defense ready to rock and roll. And I think that's what's going to be a downfall. Give me the Chiefs. Week 14, Houston actually going against Kansas City in Kansas City. I think this is going to be one of those weird, fluky kind of games, but give me the Texans. Week 15, I already thought that the Chargers were going to win one and lose one, and they already won one, so give me the Chiefs. Week 16, Tennessee Titans, a rookie going against a really, really good defense in Week 16. Give me the Chiefs at 9-6. Week 17, Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Denver Broncos. You know what? I just don't think that the Chiefs are going to have it this year with Denver. I think Denver beats them twice. Give me the Broncos. Week 18, the Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs. I had the Raiders winning the first one. I'm going to have the Chiefs winning the second one. I see them at 10-7. That's what I got them at. 10-7.
Playoff team?
Possibly.
So there's a chance the Chiefs won't make the playoffs. Wow.
That's a tough division. That's a really tough division.
Looks like you like everybody else.
I see Denver winning that division.
So you think 3 teams make it from there or just 2?
Depends on I think it depends on the AFC North too. The AFC is just kind of loaded.
7 teams get in.
Yeah.
4 division winners, so that leaves 3 spots.
It does. I don't think it's unrealistic. I mean, it's hard to bet against them, but they do have a harder schedule. Some of these other ones have easier schedules, so we'll see.
When was the last time the Chiefs didn't win the division? Do we know that one?
I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago. Something like that.
Okay, let's see. Last time the Chiefs was 2015, a decade ago.
There you go. Oh, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it. And you got to hope that this offensive line does what it does.
Yeah.
Still in a great college. I would love for my team to be 10-7.
Yeah, that sounds magical.
Doesn't it? It's but I mean, that's the glory of football, is it not?
Yeah.
It's the glory of football and how it goes. So that's what we got today, ladies and gentlemen. Coverage on YouTube, on X, on TikTok, on Facebook, Twitter with X, on Instagram. Stay connected with us. Swipe up, leave those comments, 5 stars. We love you guys, all of you. So we are days away from kickoff, and we will finish off the rest of these teams for you guys so that you guys can have stuff to say to us, whether they're good, whether they're bad, but we put in the work for you. We love you. Have a great day. Peace.